guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's Friday, December 1st. I'm driving on the Belt Parkway now. I'm on my way to my daughter's house on Long Island. So far so good with the traffic. It hasn't been too bad. This highway actually goes to JFK, so sometimes it does get a little congested when I get closer to the airport. But today I wanted to do the finale on my bathroom burglar and tell y'all the outcome. Well, from my last video, you know that he was arrested that day, and he did not post bond, which Detective April told me that he would not, because she said, well, he doesn't have a pot, which you know what that means. So I wasn't too worried about him getting out of jail anytime soon. So several months went by. I'd say probably, it was after winter. This happened in September, so it was probably spring or summer. So I guess about 9 or 10 months went by before I got, they kept sending me letters saying when the trial was set. But then they would send me another letter saying that it had been postponed. So finally, the trial was set. So I got a notice about it, and so I drove to the county seat, which is about 20 miles west of where I live, and went to the courtroom and everything. And so I went up and introduced myself to the prosecutor. Well, he walked me to the back of the courtroom, and they had not brought the prisoners in yet. So he told me that he didn't want me in there. And I said, well, why? You know, you sent me a notice saying that the trial was today. And he said, well, it's probably going to be postponed. And he said, in order to make the case stronger, he said, I would rather for you to be here when we do have the trial, because I'm going to ask you, can you point him out? And he didn't want to jeopardize that in any way by me being there and seeing him before the trial. That was his excuse. I don't really know what the reason was. I don't know much about legal doings. So anyway, this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about. During that period, I had decided that I wanted to help the guy. Now, don't ask me why. Maybe y'all will know why. I don't know if it's because I was raised in the South and I was taught to be sweet, be nice, you know, don't ever hurt anybody, don't ever say anything bad or be mean to anybody. And, you know, like in church, you were always taught to turn the other cheek. Well, by the time all those months had passed, I guess I had forgotten just how horrible the situation was. And I started to sympathize with the burglar. And I had gone and done some research on him and realized that he had lived pretty much his whole life, you know, doing criminal acts. And I started feeling sorry for him. So I did some investigation, and I read online about how our county has a diversion program where people can go into this program and get their GED. Instead of going to prison, they can go into this program and get their GED, and that this, you know, this program will help them get a job. So I decided that that's what I wanted to do. I did not want him to go back to prison and just get out and then have to do this all over again because he didn't have any skills to get a job. So that day I talked to the prosecutor about it, and he said, I told him I had read about that program on the internet, and he said, well, I once read about Bigfoot on the internet, but that doesn't mean it's true. He said, that does not exist. Well, whether it did or not, I knew that he wanted to put the guy in prison for a long time. Of course, he knew more about what he had done than I did. Like I said, they had at least 14 burglaries in my little neighborhood during that time. So I'm sure they found him with a lot of jewelry and that kind of stuff and everything. But anyway, his girlfriend was there, and so I introduced myself to her, and I told her, I said, I'm the victim. And so she just started apologizing and telling me that she was so sorry, that she did not know anything about it and did not know that he was doing these things. And I knew she was lying through her teeth. She knew. There's no way you can have a boyfriend living with you, bringing in bags of other people's jewelry and money and stuff like that, and not know. So anyway, they never did have a trial. They just ended up plea bargaining the case. And after about a year, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. And he has been paroled several times. I get a notice every time he's let out on parole. But he violates it. I mean, within 2 weeks, I get another notice where they've locked him back up. Anyway, I just wanted to ask y'all this question. You know, what is inside of me that makes me want to sympathize with somebody like that who crawled in through my bathroom window and violated my safety and my security in my home? You know, I'm trying to figure it out. Is it some kind of mental illness or something? Is it like, do y'all remember that, I guess it was a bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden, and all of those employees were held hostage, and they started sympathizing with their abductors, and there's something called the Stockholm syndrome. I can't look it up right now because I'm driving, but I'm just trying to figure it out. Why am I like that? That's one part of my character that I absolutely detest, and I wish I could change. I just wish I could toughen up and be mean. Anyway, I'm going to go to my daughter's this weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun. I get to spend it with my precious grandson. He's 3 years old now. And I'll give y'all an update probably on my way home from there. So have a good weekend. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you, and keep on coming back. Thanks, guys. Bye.